And now it's time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And looking at San Antonio, Clark, what's the key? Here's Westbrook. To Harden.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Ginobili from the paint scores the opening field goal.
Manu Ginobili hails from Bahia Blanca, Argentina. And boy, has he made his native countrymen proud. He is one of the outstanding clutch shooters in the history of the game. It seems he's always ready to take and make big shots when the game is on the line, either outside or driving to the goal.
Here's Parker. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Duncan backs in. Now Finley. Down low. Shoots from the post. Releases from 15. Duncan with the bucket.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Oklahoma City. They're coming off a great victory on Wednesday.
I think the boost they got when you look at their bench was really significant, very important. They were able to give the starters a nice rest, some much-needed rest, and then they were able to count on their bench not to just maintain the status quo, but to continue to produce.
Connects from in close.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for it.
Here's Parker. Guarded by Green. From about 19 feet, and that one's good. Parker.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Here's Westbrook. With the runner, kept alive. Here's Harden, hooking off the offensive rebound.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
And here comes Parker. And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. In close, no good from Duncan. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Grant. It's a little short, but gets the friendly roll. Here's Parker.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
Here's Jefferson. He gets hammered, and he'll head to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
You know, Richard Jefferson, Kevin, was initially thought of as just a high flyer, a really athletic guy, but he's got game. He's got a lot of game. He can defend. He can make big plays, whether it's shooting the ball or passing it. He does a decent job on the glass, and I think he's an outstanding teammate and team leader.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Here's Grant, connects on the baseline jumper. He's got 6. San Antonio trailing here. Six seconds to shoot. To Jefferson. Sinks the open shot.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Grant. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Here comes Parker. Here's Ginobili. No good on the baseline J. Here's Oklahoma City. Here's Grant. Drops. 8 points for him. And here comes Parker. Duncan. The rebound by Jeff Green.
He hasn't been able to get on track here.
And here is Durant. From short range.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
Here's Parker. Under 7 minutes left in the first. And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. From inside, no good from Duncan.
Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
No good. Now San Antonio the other way. Parker buries the short-range jumper.
I love his tenacity and aggressiveness on offense. He's lightning quick and loves to take it to the rim.
Here's Grant from close range, gets the lay-in. He's got 10.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Here's Ginobili, drops it in on the layup.
Manu Ginobili is the only player ever to win the EuroLeague title, an NBA championship, and an Olympic gold medal. Well, I tell you what, folks, this guy is fantastic at getting to the rim, and he always seems to be at his best when the games mean the most. He's one of the premier clutch players in the NBA. He can hurt you from the three-point line. He's a masterful driver and finisher from all angles and from either side of the floor, and he packs a lot of production into limited playing time. He is truly one of the outstanding players in the world.
Here's Parker following the Thunder miss. Manu can't get it to go, and the Thunder go the other way. To Durant, gets in close, graceful finish. He has 6.
He's really been efficient in the quarter so far. I love the way he's looking for his offense.
And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. Here's Ginobili, it's in for 3.
I tell you what, Kevin, both teams have been on a tear. This could be a very high-scoring game.
Grant, defended by Jefferson. And Durant gets it to go.
That's a tough shot for anyone. Those runners need a soft touch.
Here's Parker, got a hand on it. Good deed by Durant. The break is on. Grant, rebounded by Manu Ginobili.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. Down low, here's Finley, lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. The Thunder with the lead. To Grant. Cans it from in close. 12 points for him.
His team really needs this kind of effort, and he is bringing it forward. He's converted time and time again this quarter.
Here's Parker. And it's Durant with the rebound.
He's normally pretty accurate around the rim, but he couldn't make the layup that time.
Westbrook wasn't watching the line there. That's going to be an over and back. Grant really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's really changed the game with his contributions off the bench.
His energy is rubbing off onto his teammates as well. They're really benefiting from his effort. Here's Parker. And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. From deep, and that one's good. 10 points for him.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point marksman.
Here's Grant.
Oh! That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Grant, shooting 1.
Good for the three-point play. Here's Parker. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Coach Popovich calls a timeout. Here's Parker. Screen by Duncan. Duncan. Over Westbrook. Parker's shot is off.
They're losing the battle on the boards here early. Not by a bunch, but here and there just not quite in the best position.
On defense, San Antonio. They trail by 3. Here's Parker. And you're right about the boards, Clark. It seems like they're having a tough time.
Well, I think they need to do a better job of blocking out, Kevin, and just get settled in down there.
Ginobili with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Misses the baby hook.
Hard-nosed battle in the trenches. Defense wins out.
Durant drains it for 3. 11 points in the game.
He's really doing a nice job leading his team and setting a terrific pace this quarter. He's been absolutely dominant.
Here's Parker. He's covered by Westbrook. Right wing. Guarded by Green. Stop the run. That's good.
Great awareness makes him a dangerous threat every time down the floor.
Here's Green. The shot is off. Now San Antonio the other way. Here's Ginobili. Nets it from the wing.
I'll tell you what, he's been an efficient scorer for them. He executes, takes good shots, and he always seems to make a basket when it's needed most. He's excellent at timely baskets.
And here is Green. Duncan is there.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
To Duncan. The Spurs give up possession.
You can't be careless with the ball. That's a loss of focus, plain and simple.
Bonner and Blair.
Here's Westbrook. 1:05 left in the first. Green in close. Finishes with the soft touch.
They're really giving them all they can handle here. The defense is having a hard time keeping up.
And here's Duncan. Down low. Six seconds to shoot. Manu. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. And as you mentioned, the defense a step slow, trying to defend this offensive onslaught.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, when they're shooting at such a high percentage like they are, they're really difficult to beat.
The Thunder with the last touch. Oklahoma City is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with...
Here's Westbrook. Over Parker. Duncan yanks it down off the glass. San Antonio trailing here. And next Tuesday, you'll want to tune in. It's going to be Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder as they take on the Spurs at the AT&T Center.
It'll be fun to watch.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio, here's Grant.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
Ginobili backs down. From the wing, the shot is off. And the Thunder go the other way. Here's Harden. Off the mark with the 3 ball. Here comes Parker. Manu kisses it off the glass and in. He's got 14.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
Here's Grant. Nails the easy jumper.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Here's Parker. Finley to the right wing. It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Ginobili with the ball. He's got 14. Duncan, a screen. To Duncan, off the screen, throws it down off the nice pick.
The well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
Picked him clean.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
To Manu, uncovered, kept alive. Here's Jefferson. No luck on the three-point attempt. The Thunder with the lead. Grant on the money. He's got 23. Here's Parker. Here's Ginobili, dumps it off. Here's Jefferson, drops it in from 12 feet. Nice bucket by the ninth-year veteran out of Arizona.
That's what makes an offense flow. Good execution, smart shot.
And be sure to tune in next Monday. It's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll be watching the Hawks playing on the road. They'll face the Celtics out in Boston.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that one.
So true. Jefferson, shot is off. And the Thunder go the other way. Here's Green. Rebound by Parker. Here comes Parker. The break is on. Here's Ginobili. Hits the quick shot. 16 points for him.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Grant. Green. Here's Grant. Gets another shot, and this time it counts. He's got 25. And here is Jefferson. Whoa!
Jefferson.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
A tight game here in Oklahoma City. Here's Grant. Scooped up to Harden. Durant inside. Swing pass. Durant.
Oh! Nice throwdown. That's how to take it to the rim and make it happen.
Here comes Parker. Here's Jefferson. Cannot hit. And the Thunder go the other way.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Here's Durant. And so here is San Antonio. 6-point game. Ginobili jams it home. 18 points for him.
Now that's a nice dime. What a dime. He dished it inside, and it was right on target.
Here's Grant. Too much mustard on that one.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Grant is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul. Coach Popovich wants a timeout. And be sure to tune in next Sunday. It's going to be Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder as they head into San Antonio to take on the Spurs.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
You're right. Here's Parker.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Here comes Westbrook. The lead is 2. Grant backs him down. Here's Harden. Nails it from close range. 6 points for him.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
To Duncan. It's tipped. The steal by Green.
I think he got baited into throwing that one.
Westbrook wasn't careful with his position. Gets nailed with the backcourt violation. Ginobili with the ball. 18 points for him. Duncan, guarded by Green, leads him in. Finley gently drops it in.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Here's Westbrook. The handoff to Grant. Here's Grant. Oh! Puts the hammer down. He's got 27.
For him, that was a monster dunk. But it was easy because nobody was around to challenge him.
San Antonio trailing here. To Manu. Screen by Duncan. Right block. Guarded by Green. To the baseline. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Jefferson. From deep. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover.
Well, it's clear they've got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
The bench has really come on strong these last few minutes.
They've really got to be ecstatic with the play from the subs. They've come in and given them a huge boost.
Here's Westbrook. Grant flushes it with the one-handed jam. He has 29. And, they've definitely been more active under the glass, out-rebounding, out-husling.
Yeah, and if they can continue to create those chances, Kevin, then their momentum, I think, will stay positive, and they'll be able to build on that.
Grant slapped it away. That's his second block so far. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Parker. Hits the left rim and out. Now the Thunder with it. 6-point lead. Grant backs down.
Oh! Kevin, they're fighting extremely hard right here. Bit by bit, just trying to pull away.
To Duncan. Tipped. Stolen by the Thunder. The Thunder on a bit of a roll here. Rips it down with both hands. They now have a double-digit lead.
Oh, 2 hands to make sure.
Coach Popovich calls time.
And now, introducing your Oklahoma City Dance Squad.
Here's Parker. Here's Finley. Can't put an end to the run. Here comes Westbrook. It's a 10-point game. Grant gets the bucket and the foul. That one on Ginobili.
Second personal foul. First team
No
foul.
good, and they don't get the 3-point play. And here comes Parker. Here's Duncan. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
Well, Kev, they're making a strong statement under the boards. I mean, out-rebounding by a pretty good margin here.
Harden. Here's Grant, the hook, and that one's good. 33 points for him. You know, Clark, you're right. They're really strong inside.
And it's showing up today, Kevin. I mean, really showing up. There's no doubt about it.
Here's Parker. Jefferson. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds.
Thunder ball.
Some adjustments for both teams. And it's the Thunder with the ball. It's a 14-point game. 2:45 left in the second. Here's Grant. It's in. He's got 35. 18 in this quarter alone. Here comes Parker. Coach Popovich calls a timeout. And here is Jefferson. He's got 12. Here's Ginobili.
Personal foul. That's his second personal foul.
He knocks down the first one. There may not be a single more valuable player in the NBA than Manu Ginobili. He has started, he's come off the bench, plays a couple positions. If he started, he could be a perennial all-star.
Yeah, he certainly could be, Kevin, but you know, he comes off the bench many times because they want to try to save his body. He's so aggressive in attacking the rim, he takes a lot of punishment. And on a per-minute basis, he and Kobe Bryant may be the most productive guards in the league.
And here's Duncan. James Harden picking up that last basket.
Once he gets you inside like that, you're done. It's over. You can't guard him. His post game is just too polished.
And it's the Thunder with the ball.
Everybody clap your hands.
Grant from short range. Lays it right in. 37 points for him.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
Here's Parker. Off the pick. Gets the lay-in. 6 points for him.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his tracks, and it freed up the easy basket.
And here is Durant from the line.
They don't seem to have many answers for him in this game. He's doing a terrific job out there. Outstanding work.
A challenging stretch for San Antonio here. They trail by 16. Duncan down low, working on Howard.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Baseline. Here's Grant. Can't hit the jumper after freeing himself up with the pump fake. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Duncan, guarded by Green. The three ball. And that one's good. Parker.
They're actually looking for a quick fix from the three-point line here. They were a little more hesitant to pull the trigger from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're letting it fly now.
The shot misses. The Thunder
have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, but still plenty of time left. This game is far from over. And that concludes the first half. The score, 68-55. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. Oklahoma City been absolutely dominant on the glass.
Yeah, and it's given them a big lead. These guys are really motivated. They've got the desire to win.
Grant has started off well.
He's done a phenomenal job of finding his teammates, racking up assists as fast as we can count them.
Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. Here comes Westbrook. Here's Durant. Drains it from short range. He's got 19.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Substitution on the court.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. 15-point game. To Grant. To the paint. To Durant. Grant cans the shot.
He's doing as much as he possibly can out there. But his teammates have to carry their weight if they're going to have a chance to win.
Here's Parker. He's got 9. Deflects the pass, and it's picked up by the Thunder.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
Here's Parker. The Thunder making the shot. Manu backs in. The up and under finishes with the soft touch. 22 points for him. You're right, Clark. When you're down, you can't just give away opportunities like that.
Well, the margin of error is much smaller when you're trailing and trying to come back, so everything is much more important, but turnovers always are self-destructive. Again, another turnover for him. He needs to do a better job of knowing where the defense is.
And here comes Parker. Ginobili, 5 on the shot clock. Manu wasn't paying attention, stepped in the line, and that's a turnover. You're talking about his turnovers. That's 2 this quarter.
Yeah, and that's a lot, Kevin. He's handling the ball, and he's just being a little careless with it. He has to be aware of where the defense is and then do a good job of trying to keep his body between the ball and the defender so he's not turning it over as much.
Stolen away by Harden.
It's been a tough quarter right now. They can't seem to get into any kind of rhythm or flow. They just keep giving the ball away.
Just much too sloppy play so far. Coach Popovich calls for a timeout. Here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. And let's get an update from Cheryl Miller, who is over on the sideline.
Kevin, during the break, I spoke with the head coach of the Thunder. He smiled and said it was great to see his team executing on the elements they've been working on in practice. They've done an excellent job of pressuring the ball and coming up with steals. He says, we've been aggressive on the defensive end, and that's been key for us so far. We'll see if they can maintain their pace in the second half. Now back to our play-by-play analysis. Kev?
Okay, thanks. Here's Grant. Kept alive. Dumps it off. Here's Westbrook. Durant backs down. Almost a 3-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, the development of Kevin Durant as an NBA player is kind of unique. I mean, he's a big guy, a long, tall guy, 6'9", but he grew up actually learning the skills of a smaller player. And he's actually put that on display a number of times during his one-year career at Texas and then certainly in his couple of seasons in the NBA. This is a skilled big guy who's comfortable playing out on the perimeter.
And here comes Parker. Grant gets called for the reach, and that's his 3rd foul so far.
Fouled him to prevent the easy basket. He'll have to earn it at the line.
Here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Finley, off target for 3.
Right now, boy, they're playing strong on the glass, +8 in rebounding.
Durant, scooped up. Here's Green. It's good. Nice offensive rebound. 8 points for him. And they're not only getting it done on the glass, but on the scoreboard as well.
Well, you know, Kevin, when you make rebounding a focus and you control that area of the game, it makes it much easier to score. I mean, more rebounds, more shot attempts, more point opportunities.
Now Finley, 6 seconds to shoot. Dumps it off. Here's Bonner. It's blocked.
Well, the bad shooting continues for them to start this half.
Oklahoma City bring it up. They're on a 14-2 run. Durant from inside. Grant leads the game in assists. Clark here is another National College Player of the Year. Kevin Durant, who played 1 year at Texas, adding to his game year by year. What would you like to see him add as he grows here in the next couple of years?
I'd like to see him get a little stronger and get into the low post a little more. He's a terrific shooter, has a quick trigger, and is comfortable out on the perimeter, and he's got a scorer's poise and mentality. I'd like to see him get stronger and be more effective scoring in the low post.
The Spurs will hold on to it.
Almost picked it off. Still, nice hustle there to deflect the pass out of bounds.
Grant having a dominant impact in this game.
He's really in the zone and is racking up the points in bunches.
He certainly has. He's getting all the looks he wants and is finishing his chances.
They need to do something to get him out of his rhythm before it's too late.
Here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Duncan backs him down. Takes a three. Finley can't get it to go.
Their shooting woes continue here. 1 of 5, just 1 of 5, and I know they were hoping to get off to a faster start than that.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
These guys have taken complete control of the game. No contest.
Here's Parker. On the free throw line, Blair to the wing. To Duncan. Guarded by Green. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Ginobili. Nails it coming off the pick. He's got 24.
The pick worked to perfection, and he had all the room he needed to get off the jumper.
Here's Harden. Hits the tray. He's shooting 25% from deep. And here comes Parker. Manu lays it in. Sweet time to lead him to the rack. Nice shot by the 8-year veteran out of Argentina. To Grant. Here's Harden inside. Graceful finish.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
Coach Popovich signals for a timeout. Thunder changing it up. Ginobili with the ball. 26 points for him.
Substitution on the court.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. Got a piece of it. Here's Howard. Lays it right in.
Well, it's almost impossible to miss when the D is playing that soft.
And here comes Parker. 9 points in the game so far. Screen by Duncan. Jefferson. A little long, but it goes in. 14 points for him. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. To Grant. 18 feet away, and the rebound goes to Duncan.
They've got to have a little more patience on offense, Kevin. They're rushing.
Jefferson, count the baseline J. Here's Westbrook. Just over 4 minutes left in the third. Here's Grant, blocked, but they get it back. Six seconds to shoot. Here's Cephalosha. Can't get it to fall from downtown. Here comes Parker. And here is Jefferson. He's covered by Westbrook. Puts up the baby hook. Jefferson's shot is off. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Grant drains the easy jumper. He has 45 points. And it's the Spurs ball. Coach Popovich wants to talk it over. Thunder changing it up. And here is Jefferson. He's got 16. Ginobili with the ball. Hammer, and he'll go to the line.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
And he makes the first one. The Thunder changing it up.
Shooting one.
Here's Parker. He's got 9. Duncan, baseline. Here's Jefferson. Hits the far iron, but it goes in. He's got 18. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. Here's Grant. Oh! 2 hands for safety.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's given them a big lift in this one.
Skip pass. Here's Parker. He's covered by Westbrook. Dumps it off. Parker. Grant holds it in, and that's his 9th rebound thus far. No good. Now San Antonio the other way. 1:20 left in the third quarter. To Bonner. Ginobili with the ball. He's covered by Westbrook. And here's Duncan working on Howard.
Duncan.
Here's Westbrook.
They're playing them tight all the way up the court right now. Full court man-to-man deep.
Grant. Here's Westbrook. Grant is whistled for the loose ball foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Well, he's got to be careful and smart if he's going to stay in the game.
Here comes Parker. He's got 9. And here is Jefferson. Here's Parker. On the corner. Ginobili to the middle, and that one's good. Parker.
That's a great feed to find him inside. When you're willing to pass the ball, good things happen.
Here's Westbrook to Westbrook. From the paint, dumps it off. The Thunder with the turnover.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
The Thunder changing it up. Ginobili with the ball. He has 30. And it's the Spurs with the ball. To Finley. Here's Ginobili, kept alive. Manu sinks it from about 9 feet out. He's got 32.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Here's Westbrook. Durant lays it in off the glass. Sweet touch by the third-year man out of Texas. And here comes Parker. Now Finley. Here's Ginobili, knocks down the open jumper.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
Howard backs down. Here's Harden, hits the elbow jumper. Here's Parker. He's got 11. Jefferson on the stripe. They rule this one goaltending. Count the shot. Some changes for the Thunder. And it's the Thunder with the ball.
Substitution on the court.
Ginobili with the ball. He's got 34. Duncan inside. Working on Howard. Kick out, left wing. Grant gets the reach-in call. That's his 5th foul.
They are really struggling with fouls, Kevin. It's still early, but one more foul, and they're over the limit.
Ginobili with the ball. The Thunder have a chance to sweep the series as they defeat the Spurs 122-102. Grant is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
Well, Kevin, the name of the game is still scoring, and anytime you score that many points, you're giving a big boost to your team.